And we'd like to ask for your full attention. We're going to attempt to do something a little bit special, a little bit different. So if you could come up to the front of the stage, we'd ask you to do that now. This afternoon, we'd like to take a moment together to honor the life, spirit, and memory of our dear friend, Daniel Kingsbury. We all have different concepts about the spirit and what it is. It's clear to most that people close to us leave an indelible mark upon our souls when they depart this world. Please join with us as we remember Daniel Kingsbury, and together let's invite his spirit to celebrate this Earth Day with us. This community, Roberts Creek, has a long tradition of producing Earth Defenders, and that's in part why many of us are here today. Daniel embodied that tradition and grew to become this community's fiercest and most active environmental defender. 29 years ago, as Daniel's mother walked along this very beach in labor with Daniel, two eagles circled his parents as a sign that something significant was about to take place. Daniel was born and raised within 100 meters of this creek and subsequently died at the waterfall just north of here. Daniel is known for his many achievements in art, music, and through the legacies he founded, the Daniel Kingsbury Music for Youth Endowment and the Jellyfish Project, a global coalition of musicians for our environment and our future. Since Daniel's passing, these legacies have continued to spread and grow along with Daniel's core message that music has always gone hand in hand with the revolutions and movements of the past, and it's now our job to carry on that tradition and help accelerate the most essential revolution of our time, the transition to a fully sustainable existence of human beings on planet Earth. Daniel's passion influenced many in the environmental movement, from Naomi Klein to Avi Lewis, Elizabeth May, and the Al Gore climate team, who honored him this past summer. Upon hearing of his passing, David Suzuki had this to say: "The reality is that any young person seeing the state of the world and how little our so-called leaders are doing to protect it are going to become radicals or turn to despair." We have now learned that Daniel left us so incredibly much to understand and share in the years ahead. Along with the many, many videos, interviews, writings, and art pieces, Daniel also left us over 90 hauntingly poignant songs that had been recorded in secret and left as a departing gift. Additionally, among the many writings left behind are a series of speeches that were written within the last year but never delivered. I'm going to ask you now to observe a moment of silence in memory of Daniel and all he represents to you. In a few moments, I will break this silence with words from a speech Daniel wrote with Earth Day in mind. So, friends, I stand before you today, not as a teacher or a public speaker, but as a friend, a brother, and a fellow human being. A human being, a sensitive, vulnerable, oftentimes lonely, and erotic bundle of consciousness, just like the great majority of you. Working my way as best I can through the human experience, navigating the waters of life with a tight grip on my paddle, but in an ocean that is foggy and unpredictable as hell. I'm just as full of fear, self-doubt, and indecision as the rest of us. If we are truly honest with ourselves and we choose to wake up to the world around us and the time we're living in. We are living in a tremendously important time, in a pivotal time in human history. This is a great privilege and an even greater responsibility. One day, many years from now, our grandchildren will look back and ask us what we were doing during these incredible important years. It's up to us now to decide what we want to tell them. Were we part of the solution, a spoke in the wheel, rolling towards a new world that we can and must create? Or were we part of the old guard, a pawn of the system that is strangle-holding the status quo and catapulting us towards the extinction of everything we hold dear? This may sound alarmist, but with current biological indicators, along with the unilateral confirmation of this crisis by the world's foremost scientists, any educated and uncorrupted individual will agree. We need to change everything to do this, we need everyone. We need everyone to wake from the dream and rise to the times. Waking up can be tough when we're awake to and aware of what's going on. It can be very scary and hopeless. But once we decide to engage in the movement to save our environment and countless species, including our own, a profound sense of joy and purpose emerges in our lives. As I said before, this is an incredibly important and pivotal moment in history that requires our best effort, our full engagement, and it requires all of us. Daniel Kingsbury, January 2015. I want to thank everyone for sharing this day with us, and a huge thank you to all the dedicated individuals that continue to donate time and money to Daniel's legacy. A central concept to Daniel was his love and respect for trees. To him, these were the standing people. One of the last songs he wrote was a homage to the trees, all they represented to him and the environmental movement at large. If you know the words, please join in singing the Standing People with us. Thank you.